can't be too impatient. Life takes good things. So what you see in front of you is the museum. This is a live. Everybody is supposed to mute. Do you know how to mute yourself?
Yes.
Please mute. Because you don't think ambient noise can be extraordinarily problematic. And all we want is to hear the museum, which right now seems to be okay. Welcome. This is a very special program. You will have to understand that this is live, that someone is moving around. This is requiring someone taking care of a mic and a camera and an assistant. We want to thank Jamie, who is going to be our chief technician, our producer, Carol, his assistant producer, and we're going to be all indebted to Dr. Feingold, Dr. David Feingold, who is the curator of our museum now. And this is, you might even see, unfortunately, we are not, even Jamie, we are not professionals. And now we seem to see a phone. Carol, don't go away. Wait, that's a share screen. What, did somebody press share screen? You don't want to share. I don't think. No.
It's okay.
I hope nobody. You'll have to forgive me. Can you hear me? We have a share screen.
I don't know.
Is somebody press share screen?
No. What are you seeing?
It says preview, mailbox, Google Chrome, share computer sound,
Hit
optimize.
cancel. Hit
Huh?
cancel. Hit
Wait, let me-
cancel.
Okay, I don't know if
It
somebody.
said, on mine, it says only the host can push share screen.
Right.
Right,
don't-
so the host is not gonna do it, so don't anybody else touch it, okay. All right, let me start over again. Everyone, I hope, is muted. We are very honored. This is a first for our Tuesday Zoom. We are live in the museum. Our curator, David Feingold, Dr. Feingold, is going to be giving us an overview of the museum. It's part of a two-part visit. This is the one with the overview, a sort of a roundup of the entire museum. And then on the second one, he's going to pick out specific items, especially those which were donated by members who we're hoping are going to be watching to reunite with their wonderful donations. There are still plenty of things to donate. And I have mentioned, I want to mention one more time that I'm hoping that everybody will make a contribution to the purchases. We will get it. It will next week be shown to us close up, but the Sisterhood and the book, extended book group are going to have donated a beautiful, and I think an unusual, from Bohemia, a Paroquet bell, which has a hook, and it's in the shape of a pear, and it's a bell, and when the curtains are open, it will tinkle. Well, I don't know if we will have to ask Dr. Feingold if it ever could be used just for once for us. So if not, we'll just have to imagine what it sounds like. So I am now in charge of anybody entering. If anyone has a hard time, it's my fault but I'm going to let you in if I can. All right, so I am in no part responsible or able to make any changes. So please, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. And this is our first outing into a live program where, and when I, by live, I mean that it's Dr. Feingold will be in the museum and he will be giving you a tour with sound and video. So this, we're keeping our fingers crossed because this is a first, but you will have to, I know you're going to appreciate the effort and the possibilities that this is allowing us. We are growing together. We have a silver lining. We can Zoom together. We can see each other. And now we can see something very special. And I see Dr. Feingold in the entrance to the museum. And I see Jamie in the back. So luckily, we are going to ask them to take it away. I am just going to make one request that if you have not gotten the book Henna House, please, not now, but send me an email that you haven't gotten it. Because you should have got you. I just got mine today. I think of the last person. So please, if you are in that category, send me an email. I have not gotten Henna House. We're going to have it next week. We are going to have the second part of the museum, the more the specific object from the shown from the museum. This week is an overview. After that, which will be the next week in November, we are going to discuss Henna House. And I'm going to have some prizes there. And we might even talk about henna. We'll have a, maybe if everybody picks it up, we'll have a shared henna session. So please, I am now out of control. Carol is going to talk to the production company to bring us into the museum. Okay? Please, yes, here we are.
Welcome to the Temple Israel of Great Neck Museum. My name
Yes.
is David Feingold,
Turn off your.
and I am one of the curators.
Turn off your audio.
I would like to
Is that
give you a little,
Hang on one second. Okay.
I would like to give you a little history of the museum and highlight some of the pieces that we have. The museum was founded in 1964 at the urging of Rabbi Waxman. He felt an important congregation should have an important museum. At first, we had no objects and we had to borrow items from the Jewish Museum in New York to display. Slowly, the collection has been built up over the years, and today we have approximately 170 pieces. The pieces have been selected for their significance, for their authenticity, and for their aesthetic value. Now I'd like to highlight some of the pieces that we have.
Just carry this. Careful.
In the front case right now, I'd like to point out three objects. The first is the large Torah breastplate in silver from Berlin in the 1700s. It's considered a wonderful example of this type, having the columns that were in the temple, the crown, which is the crown of the Torah, supported by lions of Judah. Next to it is an unusual silver Moroccan Torah pointer, Yad, beautifully worked. What is unusual, it also has a hand at the end rather than just a point. And we will come back to that piece. On the other side is a modern esrog box by the master Judaic silversmith Moshe Zabari, who was born in Israel and worked in New York for many decades, and now has retired to Jerusalem. This piece is in silver, and the top has semi-precious stones. In the next case, there are two Sephardic teaks. One is from Iraq on the left side, and the one on the right side is from Egypt, which contains its original Torah. This plate is in pewter. It's from 19th century France, and it's a Pidyon Haben plate, which is rare. Okay.
He's
Over here,
showing this in the museum shop.
What?
He's explaining things in the museum.
Please mute, please, everyone mute. Do not have your sound on.
I'd like to point out some tower form spice containers, 18th and 19th century. Some done with silver filigree work, others just silver work. And you see the tops are different. They would also often be copied from the spire in the town hall in which they were produced, or from a neighboring region that had a town hall. This object in brass is a grinder for spices and nuts, but this was specifically for Passover. As you can see, it says Pesach in the front, so people wouldn't make a mistake. In this case, we have mostly ancient objects. In fact, the collection goes from antiquity to modern times. These are thousands of years old for the most part, including ceramic lamps and glass vials. Over here, there are a pair of miniature gold Torah finials. Very unusual. These were made in the Netherlands. This is a rare piece next to it. This is a hanging
Just bring it all over.
one moment.
I cannot hear what he's saying.
This is a
Even on
hanging
the wobbly
Shabbat
camera.
lamp from the Netherlands, but it's in silver. Most people just could afford a brass hanging lamp for the Sabbath, but some people were fortunate, they were able to have one made up in silver.
One moment, David.
Over here,
Wait.
over here we have the Parochet or curtain bell that Rona was speaking about. It was done, these bells were done only in Bohemia and Moravia. They're quite rare today, unfortunately, due to the Holocaust. People would donate a bell for a special occasion, and there were several bells that would be hung on the curtain. And when the curtain was open and closed, the bells would sound. This one has a dedication from Prague from 1834. And we're very pleased that the book club and sisterhood has agreed to donate this piece, to sponsor this piece for the museum. Also next to it is a series of 6 figures for the Seder plate. Actually, they're men and women who are holding baskets and barrels and wheelbarrows to support the different foods for the Seder plate. In the far case,
Let's move it back to there.
come open it up, are two silver marriage belts, one from the Middle East and one from Russia. The bride in those days would not wear a lace wedding dress as we know it. They would wear a white caftan, and they would use a belt around it, which was passed down in their family or in the community. This small print is actually a Purim print to celebrate Purim, and it says, in the time of the fishes, your joy is increased. This comes from a city in Romania, which had been in Austria-Hungary, and then in Hungary, and in Romania after the First World War, and it was the headquarters for the Vizhnitsa Hasidic dynasty. Next to it is a large and beautiful ketubah, which was hand-painted and decorated in Mashhad in Iran in the 1800s. During the time, Jews were not allowed to live there. They either had to exile themselves or convert to Islam, but some Jews remained and kept their Judaism in secret and married amongst themselves. And they would have two ketubahs, one for the public, like this, which is actually in Arabic, and then they would have one kept in secret, a smaller one, which was in Hebrew or Aramaic. In the case below it, I'd like to point out the Aliyah hand and book, which is a rare combination. Orthodox synagogues would auction off the honors. As you can see on this one, it says Shlishi, and the amount was 32,000. That's not dollars, that was pengo in Hungary during a time of inflation. And each man in the congregation would have a page, and whichever honor he bought, they would put a paper tab in the name of the honor, and if he didn't return to pay his donation, they could go back to him and show him that he had Shalishi or Hamishi or Hagbar or whatever it is that he wanted. This front case has some very significant pieces. I'd just like to point out the wonderful 18th century Venetian silver Rimonium, which have fantastic work, the Galician silver and gilded Torah crown, 19th century, and the large menorah, which many people are familiar with. This is from late 19th century Germany. It's all silver, handworked, and this was found by Rabbi Waxman in one of his trips to Israel. The next case has some coins from the Lodz ghetto, okay, and also some coins from the Bar Kokhba revolt. So it actually occurs. I'd just like to finish up by pointing out two pieces that are available for dedication. The way the museum has always worked, we buy what we need for the collection, and we depend on the generosity of members to pay and dedicate the piece. One of them is this large wooden mezuzah from Hungary, which has a Hebrew inscription down the whole length of it. And the unusual part is it's carved in the round. It's not just flat. It's much more difficult to carve letters, especially Hebrew letters, in a rounded form. And the other piece that's available is the Moroccan yad that we started off with. Has beautiful work, a really beautiful and rare piece of that beauty. And that's available for dedication also. Now I'd like to take any questions. If anyone has questions.
Unmute yourself if you're going to speak. Judy, Judy, are you
Anybody
want
have
to speak?
questions?
Judith, All right.
No, I was just
Oh, okay. I
in
just,
the gallery, sorry.
oh, no, I just everybody, just want everybody to mute unless they want to speak. Okay, could I?
I had a question. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Oh, I had a
Okay.
question. Thank you. Hi, thank you very much. It's very interesting. My name is Beth Kobliner, and my parents were Harold and Shirley Kobliner. And when each of us were, when my children were born and my brother's children were born, they donated a piece for each grandchild. And I was wondering, they were Sedaka boxes, and there was also a circumcision bowl, and the two pieces that go on top of the Torah. And I was wondering if I could see them, if you
Yeah.
know where they are.
Next week, we were going to have the dedications. I'm sorry if you can, he's gonna have to find them, so.
Oh, no problem. Okay, thank you.
So we'd love to see you back then, and we are
Sure.
going, and I have now made a note that,
Oh, thank you.
that yours will be found.
Thank you so
Anybody,
much.
anybody else, who I know a few.
Yeah,
Rhoda?
David, I have a question,
Wait,
Toby.
can you wait 1 second?
Sure.
Hello, everybody. He can't hear you.
No,
so
no,
give me one-
Carol, we could hear now. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
Go ahead,
Toby,
Sure.
Toby, I have a question. Hey, David, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. The two fish in the cabinets, what are they?
nice.
These two,
Yes.
this one, those are Havdalah spice boxes.
Oh,
The head would open up and the spice is inside.
oh, wow.
And they were done in different sizes. They were done mostly in Poland, sometimes Netherlands. The head represents the head of the week. So that's one of the reasons that the head opens up.
Oh. Isn't that, and is that a common, common spice box, a fish shape or?
Yes, for that part of Europe, yes. And they still make them to some extent today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think fish are a good luck, yes, I think they actually have a, like almonds, they're good luck.
Yes,
Or fertility, is that it, something?
that's why you saw the Purim print with the fish on it, but that's the month of Pisces.
Oh,
Or, yes.
So, I was just going to ask, is the room specially prepared to, although most stuff seems to be not fragile exactly, are any special measures made to make the room museum quality room?
Yes, all the pieces are locked up with an alarm system, except for the paper, the ketubers that hang on the wall.
So I was thinking more about temperature and is it controlled in any way in the museum?
Well, you don't need that for silver.
No.
No. You would need that specifically for paper,
That's why I see you do have.
fabric, and that's why we have avoided buying a lot of those pieces.
Okay, good to know. So all of you who are going to contribute a piece of paper, it's a good idea to go into silver instead, right?
Money is better.
Okay, is that, thank you so much, David. And we
Very
look forward to seeing you next week. And anybody who has a special interest, either they had seen something in the past in the museum or wants something from their family highlighted, we are going to have another opportunity. I'm sorry, Beth, we only want to see more of you. That's
Thank you so much. It was wonderful to get an overview. Thank you, David.
okay.
You're welcome. I just wanted to mention, it can't be next week.
Oh, next week.
No,
Okay.
and also, if anyone has either specific items that friends or relatives have donated, or they know they donated something, but they're not sure what the item is. If they tell you any information they have, we will locate them here, because there's nothing in storage. Everything is here that was ever donated, and we will point them out on the next visit.
Okay, so you have an idea when you were thinking of coming again?
Not yet. We will check.
All right, and we will
everyone's schedule.
advertise it. We will advertise it. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, David.
You're very
So-
welcome.
Yes, Toby, what?
Okay, well, two things. First of all, David, this was fantastic. Rona, what you're doing is so incredible. Not what you're doing, the books, you're doing speakers, everything. God bless Zoom. Because if not for Zoom,
Absolutely. It is a silver lining. I do absolutely feel that way.
it is.
So
May-
as go ahead, I'm
Can I
sorry.
take a point of personal privilege?
Yes, what do you want, dear?
Okay. On Monday, November 16, we're not sure if it's going to be 1 p.m. or 7 p.m. We haven't decided yet. A docent from the Museum of American Jewish Military History, which is basically in Washington, is going to lecture to us on Zoom, highlighting Jewish Americans who have served in our military and their unique stories going from the revolution to the present. I'd be
Okay,
very,
thank
we're doing it for Veterans Day.
Oh, what a good idea. Okay. Then instead, I'm going to hope that everybody has been reading, and instead then we will do the second one at another time, and we will then move up our discussion of Henna House. Now, if anybody hasn't gotten, here is the incentive. Please have it finished reading by next week, and I promise that we will have a special, well, we'll have something special to be discussed at the time that we discuss Henna House. It will not only be a book review, but it will be, I'm not telling you what, but you'll be happy you've joined. So next week will be Henna House by Nomi, not Naomi, Nomi Eve. And if you haven't gotten the copy, please, let me know. Perhaps I can get it for you, or if not, I can, I think I have a copy you'll be able to read. So thank you to David. Thank you.
You're
Is
welcome.
Jamie around? Can we just give him a thank you? Jamie? Please, thank you. It really
Thank
was
you.
top notch, really beautifully done. A second career, and Karen will join in. She is associate producer, and I thank her for every single time she's here. And thank you very much. And just watch for information in the email. I think we also on the website. And I also want to thank Angela, who has helped Carol with all the information. And I will absolutely make a special big notice when we do it again, Ben. Okay,
So we're meeting next week, even though it's election day.
absolutely. Well, you're gonna
Okay.
spend the whole day. All right, let's take a survey. But who is going to be standing in line on November 3rd? Nobody. Who's already done? You are. Thank you, Iris. For
Already voted.
you are, now I'm going to ask, how many people have already voted?
Yeah, I went yesterday to Roslyn and the line
too.
moved very quickly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody else have? Yes, I know that I spoke to Barbara Mays, who said the same thing. So evidently, Roslyn is a good
It's a good
good
location.
idea. Does anybody else plan to go anywhere else? Has anyone been to Great Neck to vote?
Yeah, there is no place.
You can't.
We have no place?
No.
No,
Will we-
no early voting in Great Neck.
Oh, so then you think Roslyn is closest?
There's Floral Park.
I've never had to wait online to vote at Baker School all these years, so I don't see that this would be much of a problem either, if so many people are voting ahead of time.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah, I
this,
think you're
you know,
right. I wasn't going to take the
Election
chair.
day will be a good day to vote.
All right, please, if you haven't, please vote. That is the word for the day. And I also want to mention, I saw it, I wanted to end on a up thought. However, this is the second anniversary of Pittsburgh. And I think a minute to say that anti-Semitism and problems haven't, may have seen somewhat in the background, but we have our own, yes, we have our own memories to adhere to. So have a good week, everybody, and
You too.
and
Thank you.
and only good things. But do come back. I promise you, you'll enjoy next week. Okay, so long.
Thank
Rona,
you.
you did good.
Thank you, Rona.
Thank you.
Rona.
Thank you.
So
Have a
long.
good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How did I do that?
Hi, Rona.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can't leave. I just love you all.
every meeting starts like this. Okay. Okay, every meeting. Who's still there? So Shula, nice to see you. I think we're finished. Talk on the phone. Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, thank you very much.
Bye, Laura. Bye, everybody.